family, what's good? This is your girl, Anna Bronze Goddess, and it's time for another strawberry letter. Let's go get them. Okay, let's get to the point. I have been dating this guy for the past 5 months, and we dated 5 months prior to us officially becoming a couple. So that's 10 months total. Our official 5 months, we've been spending a lot of time together. For a while, dating was great, like every other cupcake phase of a relationship. And then our differences reared their ugly heads. He's 26 and I'm 24. I have a degree and I'm now pursuing my master's, but he does not. He does work and has been studying to become a trainer through some type of ACE program. With that being said, I am not sure if that is the reason our disagreements always turn for the worse, and him being so defensive as I think I am better than him because I finished school. Lately, we have been disagreeing a lot about things such as matching while going out. How old are y'all? Matching clothes? Like, you guys want to dress alike at this age? Child cheese. Anyway, what movies we see and even what time we should go work out. I would make a suggestion and he would agree, and then 5 minutes later he would suggest something else disregarding what we had previously agreed upon. If I bring it up, what we already agreed, he gets defensive and we get into this huge argument. I'm not sure if it's sexual tension because we are not sexually active at the moment because I want to wait. If we are just, I think we are just too different, and that always leads to arguments. Or am I just being, am I not being considerate of his continuous change of mind? Either way, I am trying to hold on, but it's getting very difficult as the days go by. I have never had this many disagreements over decisions in my previous relationship. What advice would you give? Thanks in advance. Alright, so let's go ahead and break this down. Now, there's a lot of issues that I want to discuss in this one, which is why I chose this particular strawberry letter. Now, from what I have seen, and even in my own personal experience, I have found that it typically emasculates a man. Not all men, but some men are emasculated when the woman that they are pursuing or dating makes more money than they do. They feel like less of a man. And I think that might be what's going on here. I think that's particularly why he'll make a decision and then renege on that decision not that long later. I think he just feels like he has no control. You know, for a man, I think they've been raised, most good men were raised to be a provider. And if he can't provide for you financially, he's like, what else do you guys have? What else does he have? As a man, that kind of makes him feel some kind of way. Because you got to think about it. You guys say you're not being intimate, which I applaud you for, not being intimate with him. At least, you know, trying to figure him out, find out what's going on. I definitely applaud you for that, because I always talk about how you get to know someone even better if you delay sex. If you wait to be intimate with someone, that's the more you can find out about what they truly are about, their intentions and all of that. But if you're not being sexual with him, he doesn't know if he can please you sexually. He doesn't think he can please you financially. And that, for a man, that's huge. And so I think if you do want this particular relationship to work, then I think that you have to allow him to assert himself in the relationship. So that means that you have to say, you know what? I want you to plan the date. I like when a man takes charge. I want you to plan what we're going to do. I want you to say what time we go to the gym. What time would you like me to be there? But even in the way that you're saying we agree upon things and then he reneges, I think that he may feel that you are doing too much. And I'm not, you know, there's nothing wrong with you being independent, but when you're in a relationship, you still have to let a man be a man and let him make some kind of decisions. He's already not going to be able to financially take care of you, at least from the way you sound. You've got everything together. You're in a great place with your career and financially, and he's trying to get himself established. I think it makes him question himself as a man. This type of man, I think, typically, from what I have seen from previous letters, I've been doing this for years, this type of man typically cheats, to be honest. And he will find someone who needs him a little bit more. And so for you to avoid something like that, if you want to pursue a relationship with him, you have to let him make some decisions. Even in my relationship, you know, my husband doesn't make every single decision. You know, there's things that we do together, and there's things I want him to decide. As a man, you decide what we're going to do as a family, because you're the leader. And I say that to him literally. You're the leader. What do you want us to do? And there's certain decisions where I got to be like, no, we need to, you know, we have to talk about this, you know, because this affects me. This also affects, you know, our future. So there are certain things I feel like with the particular relationship that you're talking about here, from what you have wrote, I think that it's just too much of you wanting to take control. You see, when you're bringing up the fact that, hey, you said you were going to do this, I think he feels that you are trying to be too assertive, and he may be finding that a turnoff. He likes you, and I think that if the roles were reversed, things would be perfect, but I think he may feel emasculated by the fact that he may think that you don't need him. To be honest, this is less about you and it's more about him. Can he, as a man in a relationship with you, get past that feeling of inadequacy? See, some men are fine with the fact that their wife or their woman or their girlfriend makes more money with them, and they can still feel like a man. They may, even with that being said, they still say, you know what, we're going to go do this weekend. You know, we're going to make plans to go do that. They can still be assertive as a man, but not all men can handle that. And he may be a man that cannot handle you having so much independence and feeling like you don't need him. A man wants to feel needed. You have to realize that a man has a huge ego, and their ego gets bruised quite easily. And with you, you know, kind of making so many decisions, and I think he may feel like the roles are being reversed, and he doesn't like that. So he's resisting, and that's why he keeps changing his mind at the last minute, because he wants to feel like he has the final say. It's just his small way of trying to assert himself. Matter of fact, we're not going to the gym. You know, as a matter of fact, no, we're not going to go do there. We're not going to go eat Chinese food. No, we're not going to. That's his small way of feeling like he has the final say. And the fact that he has to do that makes me wonder if you're allowing him to have control. You're going to need a strong man who's going to be able to deal with that. And as a man, he may be thinking to himself, how does he know that another man who has more money, who has more to offer you, who has more going for himself, can't take you away? Can't woo you away from him? He doesn't know that. So it makes him feel insecure. He doesn't know that he can please you sexually. He doesn't know that he can please you financially. And then here, emotionally, you guys aren't clicking. That's what it really all boils down to. Is he's insecure. That he could lose you to somebody who has more to offer you. So I don't think he's willing to really he's not willing to open up completely to you, because he's afraid that you're going to hurt him. He's still afraid of rejection. Even though, you know, you guys are together, you say you've been dating for 5 months, he's still afraid of rejection, that you're going to come to him one day and say, you know what, I decided to be with him now. And then he looks at him and he has all the money and the education, and he's thinking to himself, I knew it. I knew that's what you wanted. Then why were you with me? I think that's the issue here. The issue actually lies more with him than it does with you. But let me also say this, you know, this is random. Well, not really random. I'm going to tie it in. I was at the park today with my daughters, and a father let his son run off. And before he did, he said, have fun. And then I saw another father let his daughter run off. And before she left, he said, be careful, play nice. And when I saw that, I was like, look at the difference between how he talks to his son, how he talks to his daughter. Oftentimes we teach our daughters to be so nice. And there's nothing wrong with being nice and being ladylike, but when it comes to dating, you don't be with someone, you don't spend 5 months with someone arguing the whole time. Like, you don't owe it to him to continue to keep this going. You don't have to stay with him. You don't owe it to him to try to make this work and try to be there. No, I do like you. Oh, if you're arguing with him all the time and this isn't working for you, you can let it go. You don't have to be nice when you're dating. If you get what I'm saying, I'm not saying be mean. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. A lot of people go, every time I make a statement like that, people get it misconstrued in the comment section. It's like, I mean, you understand what I'm trying to say. We all grown. I'm not saying be mean to him, literally. I'm saying that you don't owe it to a man to stay with him, to be nice, to be polite. You don't owe it to a man who doesn't have his stuff together to continue that relationship because it's the nice thing to do. If you know that you want a man that's your equal, that you want a man that's more assertive, a man that will say, you know what, we're going to do this for dinner. If you want a more assertive man and he's not assertive enough and he argues with you and you're not happy, why are you staying in the relationship? You don't have to be nice while dating. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, everybody out there. You don't have to be polite. You don't owe it to him to stay with him while he gets his stuff together, or owe it to him because you spent 5 months with him. It's only 5 months. If it's not working out and all you guys do is argue, then you can cut your losses if that's what you want to do. But I just wanted to say that because oftentimes men go into it just trying to have fun. They just want to see where it goes. They're very casual about it. If it's not working out with you, they let you go. But with women, you're like, I've already started dating. I've already been with him for 5 months. I don't want to hurt his feelings. If I leave him, he's already insecure. That's not how men think. So you shouldn't think like that. you have every right to be a little bit selfish when you're dating. Because this is all about you auditioning men who could possibly be your husband one day. If he doesn't meet the criteria, if he isn't what you want, don't try to make him be something that he's obviously not. I think that as women, sometimes when you're dating, you're looking for a man that you can fix up. You want a fixer-upper. Oh, he's a little rough around the edges, he doesn't dress the way I want him to. He's not as, well polished as I would like. He's not this, he's not that, he doesn't make much money. He doesn't do this, he doesn't have a job. But you want to fix him up like he's some kind of doll or something. What he is what he is. And you will never be able to alter him at the altar. What you date is what you marry. So if this man seems argumentative to you, and he seems like he's always picking a fight with you, and he seems like he's insecure, like, what are you going to do? You can't take your education away. You're not going to dumb it down. You're not going to find jobs that are lesser just so that he can feel more like a man. Like, this is a problem that's going to be perpetual. This isn't just right now in the dating phase. You're always going to have more than him at this level. You're always going to have more education than him. You're always going to make more money than him. So this is a problem that could be perpetual and could go on into the future. You need to decide. I feel like people are always asking me, what should I do? How should I keep him? When there's an issue in a relationship, it's not always about how should you keep him. Sometimes you have to let that brother go. You're not always trying to fix it and make it work with someone. Sometimes things just aren't going to work. You are too different. Sometimes the differences between you two are so vast and so, so deep that you can't just work it out. It's not going to get better with time. It's not going to get better with patience. It's not going to get better with so many different things. If it's not working, you have every right to let it go. You don't owe it to him to be polite. You don't go into dating saying, let's just be nice. No, what you're looking for is a husband. And if he's already giving you this kind of resistance, then I'm not sure if you should stay in it. Of course, I'm going to suggest that you pray and ask God what you should do, because God may be able to work on him. Of course, God can do it. He can work on him, change his heart, and make him, realize that he's still a man, even though you make more money than him, that he can still assert himself in other ways. But if he's stuck on this, and he just has this kind of, narrow-minded view of what life's going to be like with you, and you can't get past that, you may have to cut your losses. Let her know what you think she should do, or let her know what you think is the problem in their relationship. Is the man feeling a little bit self-conscious? Does he feel a little bit inadequate by the fact that she makes more money and the fact that she's so assertive? Or will they be able to work it out? What do you guys think? Be sure to say so in the comment section. I look forward to reading your comments, and I'm sure so does the writer. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And also, if this is your very first Strawberry Letter, I have over 100 of them. Be sure to click my playlist to see other letters from me and find out my other bits and bobs, pieces of advice that I have given over the last few years that I've been doing this here on my channel. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.